I am Thomas, and we're here for yet another video, and this is located in Mount Hebron Cemetery, and that's right off the LIE, Queens, New York. Visiting, paying respects to a famous individual that you might not even know. Yes, the inventor of cheese doodles. Morrie Robert Yohai, who lived a very long life, I believe, until the age of 90. Now, cheese doodles, come on. If you are a kid, just speaking kid-wise, probably cheese doodles on your Mount Rushmore of snacks, especially in school. Right? Who doesn't like cheese doodles? Bags, distributed with cheese doodles back in the day. Cheese doodles on the Mount Rushmore. Cheese doodles, the orange snacks there, where you would eat it, and then your whole mouth, and then your pants are dirty, especially if you went to Catholic school back then. Your white shirt would be dirty. By the way, March 5th is National Cheese Doodle Day. Yay. I think any kid that even Italians say, hey, what's your favorite snack? I even did this to my kid. Said, what's your favorite snack? It's first grade. Cheese doodles. Of course. The generational snack. Think especially for kids, dare I even say, us as adults still love cheese doodles. You know you made it big when you have a national day set aside for you, and that's March 5th, Cheese Doodle Day. And just like a quick, and it kind of evolved to just from, you would think, if you're thinking it's just cheese doodles, it's not. Now, what I mean by that is you have the cheese doodle baked puffs, you have the cheese doodle baked puffs, white cheddar, then you have cheese doodles baked puffs, hot and honey, and then you have the cheese doodles baked puffs, honey barbecue. Then you have extra cheesy, extra crunchy, baked puff balls, and then you also have baked puff balls, jalapeno peppers. Jesus. Former available varieties were cheese doodles crunchy reduced fat, cheese doodle rolls, croco doodles. Then you had the doodles crunchy. A lot of cheese doodles. If you're a comic book fan, or a comic strip fan rather, Nate Wright's favorite snack is, and from the comic strip Big Nate, I know you're all ready to give out the answer. His favorite snack is, you guessed it, cheese doodles. And this is the man, the myth, the legend himself, the innovator of the cheese doodles. So let me tell you the quick story about how this man created the cheese doodles. So Mr. Yohai was born in 1920 in Harlem to Jewish immigrants from Turkey. He grew up in the Bronx, earned his undergraduate degree in 1941, worked for Grumman Aircraft after graduating college. He enlisted in the United States Navy during World War II. He pursued flight training, and assuming that, since he knew how to build planes, he would know how to fly them. He then shifted to the United States Marine Corps and piloted planes in the South Pacific. When he came back from the war, he was the president of Old London Foods. That's a food products company that was originally established in the 20s by his father and his cousin as King Cone. That's spelled Kone. The company manufactured ice cream cones, would make sense for that name, and later produced cheese crackers, popcorn, and Melba toast. So at that time, the company was looking for something of a little bit of a different variety, a different snack in the 50s. And they had a machine that could extrude cornmeal. Here's one of the bags that the cheese doodles did appear in, as I said prior, many varieties. So they were able to extrude cornmeal under pressure through a narrow hole that would be able to cut 3-inch lengths by a blade. And that was baked by orange cheddar cheese and flavorings. And he gave them the name, you guessed it, Cheese Doodles. The name came to him while he sat around the table with other employees kind of sampling different alternatives for the cheese flavoring. In 1965, the company that he worked for was bought out by Borden, which also made Cracker Jack and Drake cakes. Yuck. In 1967, Mr. Yohai was named Group Vice President at Borden Foods, and as a chairman of the firm's Old London Foods and Wise Potato Chips divisions. Mr. Yohai jokingly recalled that one of his responsibilities involved making decisions as to which tiny toys would be included as prizes in packages of Cracker Jack. By the way, yes, many years ago, they gave out small prizes. As a kid, I always looked forward to those. We would even have those cereals, and Fruit Loops, and cornflakes. I think, they stopped it because it became like a reliability issue. Unfortunately, sometimes they were so small that they would, when you go and get cereals, my parents would notice. That's another story for another day. And the rest is history for Mr. Yohai, so to speak, that invention and his hard work made his life a lot easier in his olden age and retirement and all of that. That was one of Mr. Yohai's proud associations with his baby. He even got a photograph of Julia Child eating from a bag of cheese doodles. Mr. Borden, he left the company after, this is Borden, after the company decided to relocate to Columbus, Ohio. He would then start teaching at the Institute of Technology, and he served as an associate dean there for a while. In his later years, Mr. Yohai became involved with, Torah study. An author of 2 books and 500 poems. A man of many traits. He lived out in Kings Point in his final years there and lived a long life until 90. He even said it himself, it was a luxurious home on the Long Island Sound, Kings Point. His wife referred to it as the house that Cheese Doodles brought. Cheese Doodles, Mount Rushmore, snacks, kids, they're adults, and the source of many loads of laundry across the United States. I believe even it's safe to say don't forget, National Cheese Doodle Day is coming up March 5th. There is a final lessons